So over the years, I've shared some of my tips with my Teardrop trailer and traveling with my dogs. But you, the wonderful people who take time out of your day to join us, have also shared some incredible tips. So I'm going to share my top 3 from you, thanks to you, that you have shared with me. Number 1, actually it's not in here, it's in the car. Some of you like to carry a first aid kit in the front of your car. Now that is brilliant. And let me tell you, I almost needed to use one the other day when I was driving home. Car ahead of me, it's in the dark, thunderstorm, lightning, all of a sudden the car goes sideways. I was like, oh my, what happened? What happened? The road was flooded in a part of the road that I have never seen flooded before. Luckily, he didn't have any injuries, no damage to his car. There was no other traffic, so I was able to go to the not so flooded part of the road and everyone was fine. Had we needed an emergency, stop the bleeding, I don't have to run back to the car now. I keep it in the pocket of my car. Now, one of you suggested putting Velcro on the back of your first aid kit. That is brilliant. I don't have anywhere to stick it. Maybe if I had a little bit more space, pickup truck, something like that, I could do that. But wonderfully, it fits right in the pocket. I just had to shuffle what I normally carry there. And I mean, you can go out and buy one, but I bought something that's super simple because I figure, I'm just running out of the car. I'm here to render first aid. So I'm just basically stopping the bleeding and wrapping that up until we can get more things. Or, bad day for me, I'm the one who needs the first aid kit. If I'm being cut out of my car, those are the people that tend to have the really good first aid kits. But if it's someone who's just, I'm here to render first aid, they open up the door, there's a little red pouch. And I just went to the dollar store, got a red pencil case, put some cotton pads, some non-stick pads, a few band-aids in there, tape and gauze, down and dirty. We're stopping a leak, basically. And above all else, you don't have to spend a lot of money on these things if you don't, if you want to go and buy like a trauma kit, go nuts. I have better things to do than spend my money on those things. But I also like people not bleeding to death. So this way, at least I can help. We're coming in here, and I cannot believe that I did not think of this myself. It's getting really frustrated with the curtain rods constantly popping out of their brackets. So one lovely friend said, well, we use zip ties. That's a pretty good idea. It only took me a few years to not think of that myself. And if you don't want the permanent nature of the zip ties, and I have to unclip them up, just tie them on in there. Perfect. Problem solved. But before we get to the creme de la creme, I was mentioning how much I hated the damp rid, right? They splash everywhere, they get in the way, the buckets, we're traveling and we can't do anything about the moisture. And a bunch of people said, well, why don't you use the pouches? And I said, why don't I use the what now? I had no idea there were pouches. I've even gone to several of the places where I get some of my supplies, like Walmart, Canadian Tire. They don't have pouches. All they have are the buckets. So I had to order them. These are the chromium ones. Used that on our last trip out east, and it worked like a charm. It was great, and it didn't get all used up having all 4 of us in the trailer and all the rain and everything. It was great. So you can find the link. Whoops. I'll have this link to our Amazon store. No, they don't pay me to say that, but you can if you want to. And last but not least, that's hard, right? I was talking about what I did with my shoes, and I had this whole problem in Nova Scotia in the rain, and my shoes were being carried away, and I just put mine in a bag and hanging off the eye-clip. Okay, I don't have an eye-clip, but I do have a magnetic hook. Now, I originally bought these to stick onto here. Well, aluminum, not magnetic, nor is the plywood underneath it. Famously not. But you know what is magnetic? So I actually had this bag hanging out overnight to see if it would be strong enough to hold on to my shoes. And these were the heaviest shoes that I own right now. As you can see, yes. Well, you can't see because I moved it. But anyway, this is not the bag that I would use I just wanted a proof of concept. I didn't want to buy yet another piece of something that I was going to never use again if it didn't work in the way that I wanted it to work. But like, this would take a good bit. If some wild animal wanted to take my shoes like they did like that time in northern Quebec, it's going to be a little bit harder this way. If I was in a truck stop or rest area, I wouldn't put it there. This is where I'd put it. Watch this. Boom. Oh, wait, not a boom yet. Hold on. That's it. Boom. So it'd be relatively protected from rain, and it's not going to be as obvious as someone wants to, help themselves to some Sasquatch shoes. How cool is that? How cool is this? So there we have it. There are some of the best tips from you that you have given to us over the years. Thank you so much for sharing those. Really glad that I had the ability to share them with everyone else. And if you have more, throw them down below. Love to see them. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. And make sure you catch the original 3 teardrop trailer tips, hacks, whatever you want to call them. Tips, tricks, hacks, I don't know. This is ways that you can make your life a little bit easier. We all need that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out there. Safe travels.